The mic is hot. The stories are real. Welcome to Dallas on Air.
I want to welcome everyone back to another Tuesday that God has blessed us to be here. Listen, you're about to listen to the On Your Mark podcast show, sports, business, community, entertainment, and just the people's show. I'm your host, Coach Fly. Yes, Coach Fly Flanagan. And we're back again. And we will have a guest that's going to chime in just a minute. Kevin Carden, former Kimball Knights alumni, she'll be chiming in pretty soon. It's been a long last week from Wednesday to Saturday. Yeah, long. I was down in Springtown, Texas, on the other side of Fort Worth, I guess other side of Lido. Yeah, I found out what Springtown was. Through all the rain, I found out. They had the Southwestern Association Junior Olympics track and field meet. Yes, the association was held there. I guess it's held there every year. And I had the privilege of coming down, being part of the track meet for the announcer. And when I tell you it was an episode. Started out rocky. But it ended up okay. And I won't go into the details as of yet, but I saw a lot of good running. And that's from the 8th and under up to the young men, young women, 17 and 18. So, and it reminded me of what I don't miss, the long days. And I do mean the long days. Boy, it was long days. But hey, I found out what Springtown, so I got down on Thursday morning. So it went from Thursday, and the finals were Saturday. And like I said, it was a lot of good kids now. And I forgot to ask, where do they go from here? Because I think the national championship would be for them. It's going to be in Alabama. I'm thinking, don't hold me to it, but I think it's going to be in Birmingham, Alabama, for the national championships. Now, I think this is it AAU? And the one is USA, one is AAU. I think it's AAU. USA. I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. It's been long. A whole lot of names. A whole lot of names called. Boy, some of you parents, boy, y'all name y'all kids some names, boy. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. But like I said again, it was really a blessing to see a lot of young kids, man, that will be some of the future Olympians one day. And for sure, some state champions coming down the pipe, man, because it was some good competition going on, some good running. And some kids I saw early in the year from the Metroplex area that are even running better now in the summer. Because honestly, the school year is really not long enough to get in the right shape for track and field. It's just not. It's not. So that's why when the summer comes, more than a lot of the kids run so much better in the summer months because the season, I mean, they get to run longer and they get in more competitive shape. And that's what happens. And then in some cases, in a lot of cases, they get coached up even better because there are some coaches that are actually coaching. Then there are some coaches that are they're using the summer track as a money grab. Yes, I said it. But then you got those coaches that are coaching kids up there, which is beautiful. And the schools are benefiting from those coaches. Yes, they are. And then you got some coaches in the school system that are not doing a good job of coaching the kids up. So it's like, it's bad on both ends. Like I said again, there are some coaches in the school system that are not doing a good job of coaching. And there are some coaches in the summer that are not doing a good job of coaching. But again, I saw some good track and field running for 3 days, and it was good, man. What's that?
We got your guest on.
I'm sorry.
Your guest is on Zoom.
Oh, okay. The screen, I can't hardly see it. Yeah. There we go. What's up, buddy? That's like Kevin Card. How you doing, sir?
Coach? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. How you doing, man? We got old Kevin
I am
Cotton,
doing
former Kimball
great.
alumni athlete. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, it's funny. Hey, everything's going good. It's funny that you were talking about these so-called coaches that do this money grabbing. Instead of doing the right thing, helping these kids perform and be better. It's funny that a lot of these guys don't have the credentials to even be coaching.
Well,
A
Kevin.
lot of these guys.
No, I'm just saying I call it as it is, man.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
A
it's
lot of
going
these
in and out
guys
as
come
far as
out here,
dark
they'll
and
say,
light, dark and light.
I'm listening to some guys. I was hearing about today. They talking about they done been to the NFL and went to the arena football, and they done coached these guys up and never touched the field.
Well, you know what,
you got
Kevin?
these parents,
But in a lot of cases, man, there are guys that have been to the ultimate level, and they have. But it doesn't mean they can coach. Doesn't mean they can coach it.
Exactly. But the problem is you sending these false hopes to these kids, thinking you the person to believe in, not knowing
Correct.
that you haven't even reached that pinnacle yet. I try to tell people, we in the times right now that anything can be Googled.
Right, and they believe what Google says too, boy. Listen,
and it's best that you stop falsifying information because it's gonna all come to a head one of these days.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I can back door and go through a bunch of kids that I done coached, but it's not meant for that to be done. You have to actually have some credentials to do something like this, and you send these kids, like you say, this summer track, and instead of being on what they need to be on, which is getting better, getting ready for college or getting ready for the level after college, all you doing is taking thousands, hundreds and thousands of dollars from these kids' parents and leading them astray to where they're not going to make it just because they have some type of ability.
And that's why I said
we really need to,
No, that's why I said it was a money grab.
Exactly. We need to start calling a duck when we see it. We can't just keep letting this happen because the kids are falling for it. I'm not finna name no names. All I'm gonna do is say that let's keep it all on the up and up. If you've done something and you've proven, the people know.
The people know.
But some of these people around here haven't been around. You got a lot of people that move to the inner city from, say, Frisco, Princeton, and all this, not knowing that you're not who you actually cracked up to be. I tell everybody it's easy. Hey, all you got, I have documentation.
As they say, you got a receipt, huh?
I
Yes.
got receipts. I'm talking about, and a lot of these coaches around here got receipts, but it's the few and far between that try to make themselves look better. Hey man, you can be a regular person and be a great coach. Just go by your regular name. I'm telling you, you don't have to do more than what you are, but just make sure you helping the kid. The kid is the most important
And
part
that's
of this whole
that's
deal as
the
a coach.
important factor right there.
Yeah,
What you just said.
I think that it goes past everybody's head once they get to they send some finances in their bank account, and it goes past helping and giving knowledge to the next generation, and it goes to let's pad my pockets.
And see, here's the
I'm sorry,
deal.
it's been many times. It's been many times me coaching defense and offensive linemen for free. I'm telling you, I don't need your money. I want you to be better than what you are. It's not about finances. I just don't want to see you go to another level and not be as good as you could be. If I'd have had that person around me, I probably would have went a whole level past the level I went.
And,
I'm
and
talking about I am thankful for arena football.
and listen, and the
But
thing
if I
about
had
it,
somebody,
and it's good that that was there for you anyway because we know you could have went further than that. It just at that time that that's what was available, and it was so many
yes sir.
guys, man. It was. Listen, it's no doubt that you could have or should have, and just
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact you should have, but
And
it's no
I can
doubt.
tell
It's no
everybody
ifs,
right
ands, or
now. I'm
but.
talking, I
But
had,
situations,
yep.
yeah, it's no doubt you should have.
And I can tell everybody right now, I had no work ethic at all. I'm talking about if you can pull up anybody name that played with me on varsity from 90 to 94. I mean, from 91 to 94. I rarely practiced. I'm talking, and it was my fault. When I get to college, when I got to college, didn't lift weights, I didn't apply myself because I thought I was better than what I went up against.
Man, that's crazy.
And it wasn't even college. It took arena football to teach me, hey man, you gotta actually put time into this. It took getting paid. That's what it was. It took getting paid, knowing that hey, they're gonna take that paycheck. That changed my life. But I was able to go back and instill this into my kids, which they had a great mother that ran track and everything, so she already had that work ethic. And for me to go back and tell them and show them, and they was there when I played arena football, which was a great thing. To go back and tell them, hey, you need to work at this. That proved that all
Isn't
my
that something
kids,
though? And look at and the status that you had was all state status, and you still was able to still learn something. There was still something for you to learn.
you know what? It's funny. That's one thing that God gives you is a reason to learn. You're
Right.
never better than the next person. That's one thing I learned. It took me a long time because and I didn't see, and I'm just being truthful. I didn't see any competition in high school.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
that's how I felt about it. When I got to college, I was like, oh well, I guess I probably need to start running. But just think if and these guys was good. It's just that's how I felt. It's not that they wasn't good. It's just that's how I felt, and that's how you just feel that way about yourself sometimes.
Well,
And I
that's the
felt that way
swag you
about my
had
whole
about
team.
yourself. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's just what it was. But when I started coming across opportunities to get better, I improved, and I was thankful for that. But one thing that it instilled in me was to make sure that my next generation, which was my kids, became better. And that's one thing I can say. All my uh, kids, and all the kids, a good percentage of the kids that I coach have went off to college, got their degrees. I
That's
didn't even care about
isn't that
degrees back
rewarding,
then
man?
because they got knowledge.
Is
Hmm?
not that so rewarding right there?
Hey, you know what? I find myself, man, and it's funny that I don't even say this. I find myself going in the restroom and crying happiness
Wow.
because it could have went a totally different route. I'm telling you, it's hard for a person to even say that they have four boys that went to college. Four boys that still, well, let's not even go that. Four boys that still living. Man, I done lost three, three players that I've coached in the last 5 months.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's unheard of. I'm talking about.
You said in the
It's hard to go home, and you see this, and then you see your kids, but you still have to see your friend not having his kid.
yeah.
I'm telling you, we just lost a young lady at Duncanville. Um,
That's the
we
basketball
lost
player, right?
yes, sir. The twin.
The twin, yes.
We lost. We lost one of my good friends, a guy that I played arena football with. We lost his son. His son played for Cedar Hill and played for Rice. We lost him. I'm telling you, we're losing, and these kids are 18, 19, 20, 21.
Young kids.
And for you to look back and you like, man, should I go home and be happy because I still have my kids? Because it hurts. But I want them to understand, don't take it the wrong way. I never know what God got planned for anybody. I don't know what knowledge he's giving anybody. But the point that you was able to plant a seed in any of these kids to make them better, you did your part.
So, man, it's so rewarding to be a part of having an opportunity to be a help, man.
Yes, sir.
Just knowing that, and especially when I look at guys such as yourself, now you're a grown man with a family, and then you can remember, I'm looking at people that I just got on Facebook, y'all, that I actually got on here with my phone. And let me say, I see my mom, China David Collins, and checked in. Kiko, man, my boy Kiko Bell, he said, "Go Cougars." I just finished talking to him.
U of H, baby.
Yes, U of H. My cousin Ross just checked in, cooking. Nina Taylor then checked in. Listen, I know y'all talking that U of H thing. I feel it. My boy Justin Thomas then checked in. Yes, I just left that, and I just left Kimball. I was up there and then came onto the show. Y'all see I'm representing. You see it. So they got 7-on-7 going on up there. So it's Kimball, Melina, Carter, Madison. What was that? Private school out of Cedar Hill. They're all up there. They playing 7-on-7 tonight. This evening up there at Kimball right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I left because I had to come to the show.
Okay.
And so they're all up there. That's what they're doing right now at Kimball. So those are the teams that are playing. So they all play a couple of series against one another. So yeah, like I said,
Coach Fly, one thing I can say, man, you have instilled a lot in a lot of us. And like I say, I'm one of them people that I will never stop ever giving you your flowers, man. I still talk about it to this day. I'm telling you, when I went to college, I said, man, we had a coach. He'll take us to the Cowboys. He said, hey, why everybody else talking about high school, we going to see the Cowboys. We out there when Valley Ranch was going.
Boy,
I'm talking about we
yes.
seeing Nate Newton, we seeing Larry Allen, this type of stuff that we seeing. And you was the first person to take us to that. I'm talking about a lot of people don't know. In the 90s, man, we had probably 2 weight benches and I'm telling you, if you look at these schools now.
Oh yeah, it's totally different, man. We had none of that.
Taking on that. Yeah. Yeah, you look at these schools now and you look at what we dealt with. A lot of people don't understand, man, that class of 93, we only had, and I graduated in 94, but that class of 93, which they considered elite class.
Right.
We only had 2 weight benches.
That's crazy.
We had a squat rack.
And you know what? When you look at what's in the schools now, to think of what we had, and we weren't even complaining. We used what we had and went to work. But when you think about what they have now, you be like, how did we make it? You always be different, man.
We made it because of coaches like you, Coach Jones, Coach Butler, man. I will give everything. That doggone Coach Lark, Melvin Lark taught me so much. This is the funny. Melvin Lark taught me more than I learned in college.
So man, that's major.
I had to call Coach Lark and complain to him. I'm like, man, they're not even talking about zone blocking at this school. I'm all this stuff. I say they didn't even know I could pull from center. this is stuff that Coach Lark had us doing.
Can you see what
Before even anybody in it talk about it.
you see what Kikoa just wrote?
Oh, I can't even get on there. Right?
Oh, he said tap into the
What'd he
source
say?
of purpose, and you'll find a piece of being to give back to the next generation. It's nothing but God. Okay.
I tell you, you know what? I need Kikoa. One thing I need Kikoa to do. Let's revamp that Kimball flag. Let's revamp what he had going about 6 years ago. I know it was a lot of different attitudes and mentalities back then, but what he had back then, I'm about to be 50 years old.
Wow.
And on my 50th, you know what, Kikoa, for my 50th birthday, I want to do the Kimball flag game again. That's what I want to do.
You know what? They had over there
I
was that
need
over there
Kikoa
by
back here.
Redbird, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I was a referee.
And then,
yes.
yep. And then we had one over there at Mountain View.
And then we went
come back.
the next year at Mountain View. You correct.
Yes, sir.
Then we had the basketball game in the gym at Mountain View. Yes. You know what?
Yeah,
I was talking to
matter
Kikoa.
of fact,
I was speaking with Kikoa on the way into the studio. So, you know, he was doing all that from putting it together from Houston.
that's what I'm saying. For Kikoa to do that from Houston,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's intertwine everybody. Let's get everybody in. Let's do a kickball tournament with.
Did you say
let's
kickball?
make it men and women. I want everybody.
You say
Yeah, let's do a
kickball.
kickball tournament.
Well, you know what?
Kickball.
Since you're gonna use kickball, let's do some dodgeball too.
Hey, you know what?
Yes.
You Coach Fly, I know we can get together if we all get together.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
man.
need to be told because I know that boy put that U of H Coug in there, and once he put that in there, it's gonna work.
Well, see,
it's gonna work
Kikoa
out.
was doing it with his energy and with his finances. You know, I'm just telling you. I don't know if anybody understands that, but I do. You know,
Well, I tell you what, I tell you what, Kikoa, let's just take your energy, and I think we can. I think we can maneuver the finances. I got some things going. I think we can maneuver the finances.
He said that was one of my greatest give backs to the K. Yes. Say, man, that was major, man. And it's just like, say, man, that young man, just like yourself, you know, you have those, and it's nothing against anyone else, but you got those that went beyond what was needed. You know what I'm saying? And see, I tell anybody, you had the K, and then you have Kimball, and it was a difference. You know, just like even when you was in the arena, Lance Riddle and myself, we had the sports agency. So, in which I'm working on now, bringing that back, because over at Sunnyvale High School, I wish GISD High School would be better about some things, but it's always somebody else that will when you won't. You know, they will welcome. I'm gonna say it again. That will when you won't. You know, when they see your vision or believe in your vision or want to be a part of your vision. See, when other folks say, I want you to how I'm gonna say it, when they say you can't, other folks give your can an opportunity.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So those people that's wrestling with the can't, y'all keep wrestling. We gonna,
I don't think that. You know what? I think a lot of people.
Hey, Kevin, Kikoa say, let's do a blue versus white kickball.
I tell you what. Tell Kikoa, because you know I can't get on Facebook right now. Tell Kikoa whatever he want to do. He text me, email me, and it's done. That's all.
Trust me, he's listening.
Done.
He's listening.
Yeah, whatever Kikoa. Well, Kikoa know this. All you have to do is text me what you want, what you need, and we gonna handle it. Because you're a prime example of showing more than talking about it. You show what you're gonna do,
That's facts.
and that also goes back. That goes back to probably one of the reasons why everything stopped, because a lot of people doing more talking about what they are.
Well, I'm gonna stand on it. Cause see, one thing about right, there's no wrong in it. So once Kiko, I'm gonna use this word here. Once he moonwalked and stopped, you see, I got quiet just then.
You know, yeah, I lost you because I guess I
I
lost you
said,
because I'm up under this doggone building.
no, I said, no, I paused. I said, once I paused for a purpose.
Oh, okay.
Nothing else happened when he stopped, when he backed up. See, this is what happens. People will say they want to do, and they may want to, but with doing, it comes with some finances and some leg work. And both of them have to go hand in hand, the leg work and the finances.
Yes, sir.
And most folks don't want to do the leg work, and for sure don't want to deal with the finances. So when you start doing it, and stuff started moving, and then they started seeing the people coming and the doors swinging open and people coming through them, and lights cut on, and it's a lot of cheering and celebrating going on, right? Then somebody starts saying, wow, how nice the event is, and this, that, and others. Now it's a 2-day event. Then somebody, the old devil, just sticks his head up and says, you heard I said, the old devil sticks his head up and says, well, how did all this get? Where the money come? No, not where the money come from, where the money going. And it's usually always the one that didn't put nothing in. And now here that goes. Well, where the money going? Well, who? If you look at all the different school supplies, and that's where the money's going. It's right there in front of you. But see, nobody,
You know what?
nobody looks at the leg
I
work.
never understood what this man was doing.
Oh, trust me, I know it because I've done it. I know it. I believe Kiko must have watched me, and he just took over. And then they want to know. Well, they want to say, well, he got to be. Listen, man, I'm just gonna cut through the chase. When he shut it down and say, okay, and he didn't say these words, but when he shut it down, it haven't been reopened since. So what that tell you? A whole lot of
God
talking.
don't put on your heart.
A whole lot of talking. It hadn't been put on
Yeah.
since. And them same folks that was talking quit talking because they didn't want it anyway. So all I'm saying is, man, that's. But should you choose to do it again? Because I know I had to make decisions on some things. And when I realized it wasn't about me, it was for the kids, it's when I had to regroup. You know what I just said? Regroup and move forward. And then sometimes you got to quit letting other folks know what you're doing and just let them see it when it's time to do it. And just invite them.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I think this is what we're going to do. Because right now, Kikoa got a security guard now. He got Big Kev on his side. And as we getting to the age of a lot of these 30-year, 40-year reunions and all these going on, we need to start thinking about our health, man. We just lost a great friend of mine, man, Marcus Alexander. We called him Head. And I go back to telling people a lot of stuff, because I don't, man, I do not go to the doctor to save my life, but just how I felt when I lost him, knowing that he wasn't doing it tells me that I need to do it.
Mm.
And that's gonna be part of our agenda when we do this kickball tournament, Kikoa, next year for my birthday. This
Wow.
gonna be part of the agenda to get some people out there and check our heart rates. Check. I'm trying to just give information, even if it's Western medicine, Eastern medicine, whatever we need to do. We just need to have some pamphlets out there, talk to the people, and let them understand, man. Just go just get somebody to check your blood pressure, your heart rate, man. Just check your diabetes, whatever we need to check, just so you can make it to the next year. Because once we start this, it's gonna happen every year because Kiko got a security guard now.
Well, you know
And,
what?
and the bad part about it, it ain't just gonna be me. I got, you know what? We got a security O line. I still got Big Baby. I still got Phillip Mary. I still got Chris Ford. We still got that Ricky Smith. We still got the O line. So we gonna block for you. We gonna make sure we block all the negativity away from you.
Kickball tournament. Okay, we're gonna bring that to life. Now, I brought up something. I brought it up a while back, but I spoke on it last week again. I'm finna hit you with it again. A scratch, Coach Fly scratch off party. Okay, what is a scratch off party? We're talking about scratch off tickets. And here the deal is. Now with the scratch off party, all we doing is fellowshipping, right? You gonna come in, okay, watch this. It may cost you, we're gonna have, okay, there's gonna be food and drinks, okay? Music, we got a DJ. Matter of fact, the K got, I get with Mike Smith, I bring the K's DJ. That's not gonna be a problem. It may cost you $25 to get in, but all the food, you're not gonna be limited on your food. You just say $25 to get in. Because the money's gonna go toward getting school supplies and school clothes for those that's needed. Okay? Scratch out party. Now, you're gonna be awarded 10 scratch outs when you come through the door when you pay. Okay? Now, we have no control whether you win or not, because you scratch off. You got what I'm saying? You may win. I don't know what you're gonna win. But during the course of the night, you can still buy scratch out tickets. Scratch out party. I know y'all ain't never heard of one. Y'all know I do stuff outside the box. And
that percentage almost better than bingo. That's better than bingo. Yeah. You got a better chance of winning that scratch out than
Scratch
bingo.
off party, and then the following day will be the kickball game. How about that? Y'all lock that in your head. Scratch off party. Everybody gets a fellowship and socialize. Or do y'all want to scratch out party after the volleyball? Nah, it's gonna be too many so people. They ain't not gonna be able to go nowhere after the kickball game. Better have that before the kick. Yeah. Yep. So
you gotta get that done before.
And just think, man, we just talking about coming together, because people leaving here, y'all, and it's just fellowship and have a good time. I guess Kiko, Kevin, we might have to supply the knee pads and the elbow pads. It's gonna be a lot of falling. Lots of falling. It's gonna be a lot of falling. A lot of falling.
Hey man, the only reason why I said I need to do it because the wives at the house, they always like, hey, you don't even work out no more. You don't do it. I said, okay, well, I gotta have a reason. I say, because I'm not just gonna go. Like I told you from the get go, I didn't work out in high school, didn't work out in college. God gave me a gift, and I can say that gift I swindled, or until I almost lost it.
Can you always say blue versus white? What do you say?
Blue versus white.
We gotta have a blue versus white. What about some red? Let me see. Blue and white. We gotta have fun, y'all, that night. It's gonna be a festive night. How about that?
We have to, and I really think that we need to start fellowshipping again because we ain't got too much longer. I try to tell people,
I mean,
People, I feel differently about life than a lot of people do. I want to get as much as I can, as long as I can. I don't even care if I live till I'm 88. I want to remember every day that I've had fun instead of remembering a negative day. I don't like negative days because I know how negative I can get. I want to have fun with the people that I had fun with when I was younger,
and you know, I'm sitting
and
there listening to
also
y'all.
bring in new relationships. See kids having fun. I want to see how if we live that way, you don't have to worry about too much else. All this other stuff that's going on will go out the door if we
kickball,
doing something positive. It
correct.
can't negative cannot strive around positivity.
It can't breathe. It cannot breathe around it.
It can't breathe. It has no. It has. I'm talking. It has no outlook. Positivity can overtake anything.
Kickball, and we just have a good time, man, just fellowshipping. And I'm listening to you talking about y'all getting old. What you think they're making? Man, if y'all getting old, where am I? Ooh wee, man. See,
Hey, you know what? You seasoned. See, it's different. It's different. They getting
yeah,
old. We getting seasoned. We just seasoned.
man. See, you guys and the ladies, we we got to do it, man. Quit talking about it and be about it. And like I said again, those that see everybody's gonna be invited, but if you don't want to, we don't need the negativity. How about that? Just come and partake in it and have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, 'cause I'm allergic to the negativity, y'all. Let's just enjoy. Let's enjoy one another, man. And if you feel like you can't do it, don't come. How about that? That's the easiest way to do it.
You know what? That sounds better. That sounds better than anything I've ever heard. But I watch it on YouTube. Watch it because we gonna build a YouTube channel. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to go around this because it's gonna be that fun. And people gonna want to do it. And you always gonna have them naysayers, but once you wake up the next day and be like, man, I wish I was part of that. Ah, that's
And
what need to happen.
that's what you're not gonna want to do is miss it.
You're not gonna want to miss it.
And,
I'm
and,
telling
and
you,
I'm
you
gonna tell you
never,
what
you
could
know,
be more
dealing with
fun,
a
seeing
lot of
folks
people
that you
know
haven't
dealing with
seen.
me. A lot of people
What's
know
up, my
dealing
boy
with me.
Gary
There's a
Henry?
lot
Didn't
of
checked
surprises that's
in.
gonna come.
Gary Henry say, "What's the date?"
Who's
Yes,
that? Who's that?
Gary Henry, Spruce
Hey,
legend.
you know what?
Yes, sir.
Let me. I tell you what. Let me look. Mm-mm-mm. Oh shoot, my birthday on a Saturday. I think
Hey,
May 30th.
hey, Gary, this is gonna jump out. We were just in Chicago. Was just talking about you last night, boy. This is gonna happen. Say,
And
man,
my birthday is May 30th, so I think that's a Saturday. So it's gonna end up. It's you know what? God had a plan for this. You can tell. You can tell when something's supposed to be put in motion. Let me see if this. I first. Well, I need to talk to Kiko first and make sure he's able to come down here because them rich people they can't just fly down here when they want to. So I gotta talk to Kiko. I don't want to mess up.
you say them rich people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the rich people they can't just come down here like
Kiko,
they got
Kiko,
businesses and
Kiko
stuff
coaching
going.
five football teams. He shared with me earlier.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then all of them going to the championship. That's the
yes,
bad part about it.
yeah. He
Yeah,
say, man,
okay. So May
he's in his
30th is
purpose.
actually a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Yes, sir. May 30th is a Saturday, and I'll put it like this: I'm turning down going to Brazil to be here and play kickball. Now, if that ain't something, I don't know what y'all think it is.
Now y'all know. Okay, are we talking about outdoors kickball or indoors? What we want to do? Talk to me.
Now we got to be outdoors because I think it ain't gonna be able to contain us indoors. We got to be outdoors.
Well, we
We
might
got
well.
to find a good.
Well, we know we got the K automatically now. That's automatic.
Well, you know what? Yeah, yeah. So either we can use the Jones Field,
You hear what I
or
said?
we can use the.
We got it out. We got
Yeah, I
the
think the.
We got the automatic. That's a given. I think
Yeah,
because it
I
is
think we
Kimball,
probably need to use Jones Field. We need to be outside because I think this is going to end up being a bigger event than we think it is.
because it's gonna be a lot of fellowshipping.
Because I'm pretty sure I already know we got. I'm not even finna name drop on the people that went to Kimball that own bounce houses and
Right.
own snow cones and
So we get
we got
so you
so
saying
many people.
let's turn it into a carnival type situation.
We can turn it into a carnival. Bring your kids. All positivity. There is no negative. I'm talking about. There's gonna be a no negative stance. All positivity. Everybody come out here. We're gonna have sections for everybody to be in, and
So
for everybody to watch somebody pull a hamstring trying to kick this ball.
so
That's what we here out here to do.
so now that now it's getting competitive. Are we gonna go classes against classes? And what I mean,
Uh,
it don't have to be
So,
like what I'm saying.
well, you know
I'm
what?
gonna make it fun.
I don't.
Every like
I don't want to ruffle
not
no feathers saying the '94 might be the greatest class ever. So what I will do,
well,
I would say that we'll probably knock it off in 5-year brackets.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a class. We will get some classes. This group of class go together.
Yeah,
This group of
because
class go
if
together.
'94 have to play against everybody, we're gonna win. So what we want to do is put it
Boy,
either
now
do.
now
You know
now,
what?
Kevin, you gonna start an argument right there.
I need to because people are too complacent. You know what? I want you to be in your feelings about how good '94 is.
Boy, this is finna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fun.
If you now, I didn't heard about. I'm trying to do shirts and stuff for '95. They got a 30-year reunion this year. Oh, and that'll be our 30-year. No, that's their 30-year reunion this year. Then '96, they got something coming next year. I understand that. Even the 2000s, the 2005s, when Kimball so-called fell off. That's why I'm gonna call that decade the fall off year. So if they want something, come get some. You know,
Boy, here we go.
I like ruffling feathers.
Here we go. Now you can
I'm
always
sorry.
make this thing real
Oh yeah.
competitive.
I'm gonna go through any. I don't even know if the year 2000 to 2020 even had a football team. Let's ruffle feathers. Yeah, let's
Boy,
ruffle feathers.
you
That's
starting
what I
something
do.
now. You starting something.
I got to. I don't even. I'm talking about. You had one running back. And I can't even remember his name. I don't know. I'm talking about.
Keep cool.
I don't want to do decade to decade because then
Justin
we'll
say
start.
Justin say sound like a true knight.
I
Yeah.
don't want to start getting people in their feelings, but I will say the '90s was the greatest time at Kimball.
Say man.
You know what? I probably ruffle some other feathers.
Nah,
But
Justin said it was
I ain't
old.
finna
Justin said
start.
it was 01. So here you go.
Th- th-
Here you go.
Kimball had a team in '01. I thought it was that 0-8 year that
Oh,
the
here
0
we
6
go.
year.
Here we go.
Oh,
Say
did,
man.
man. I'll leave it alone. I don't want to.
And I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
want to
you
make people
something.
feel bad.
I've been having such a good time with them South Oak Cliff Bears and the Bird Cave, but we may fool around and make it a competition thing. Oh,
And the
Kiko say,
bad part about it, we got Kimball over there too. That
yeah,
probably,
but you know what I'm talking about this kickball competition thing.
Yeah, but that's probably why sock. You know what? I'm not gonna even start on sock because I don't even think we ever lost a sock in the '90s.
Say
So
man,
I'm not gonna even start on. Yeah, did sock
I
have a team in the
I
'90s?
know my boy Chicago listen. I think we might be able to start a good competition of fun with them sock bears and them Kimber Knights. Cause I told you I went to the
You know
event.
what?
I see it coming. Oh, Kiko say the
I think all they had
'94.
was Dennis Rodman. Ain't sock only known for Dennis Rodman? I think that's all
No,
they had with Dennis
no,
Rodman.
they say he ain't play then. It's socked then.
Yeah, I'm a ruffle feathers.
Now Kiko said '94 was amazing, but it was '97 was historical.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's go. I'm talking about my graduation year, but '93 was the greatest. And I don't. We can. It's documented. I don't even have to go. I'm talking about first on ESPN, first
Uh-oh.
on news, first on USA Today. I can't
Uh-oh,
even.
Kiko. He
I don't
going
even know if
somewhere.
I need to keep going on the first. Yeah, I don't even know if I need to keep going on 93 first. First
Ooh.
number one offense in the nation, first number one defense in the nation. Lowest points ever scored on the defense. I don't know if I can keep going. Most yards passed, but I
Keep going. Siren
it kind of
83.
I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, I ain't
Okay.
finna brag or nothing. I'm not gonna.
You talking about facts
I ain't
now?
talking about it. Yeah, all facts, all facts,
Yeah.
and
You went
yeah,
ESPN on
all
them, boy.
facts.
Woo-wee. High school.
Yeah, I just can't. I just can't keep pushing. I graduated in '94. My heart was '93. Football. I ain't. We don't have to start with football. I know '96 was known for that basketball, but I'm pretty sure we had the early '90s championship team too. We had. I'm not going to even start on the '90s 4x1s, the ladies and men's. I'm not going to even start on that. I'm talking
Oh,
about
now.
Kimball is.
You gonna ruffle some feathers now.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm talking about, I have yet to see. Let us talk about them Kimball Knight girls. I'm talking about we can start at 89 to 95, 96. I'm talking about that's a long run.
Say.
I don't even, I'm talking about, I still remember Jonica Crowder, and I ain't even finna start naming no names because then,
Jonathan
people
Crowder,
start getting their feelings.
Kim Patterson. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start because people start getting in their feelings about Tyson Wilson running and then and then Ricky Hunter
Yeah,
and Kikoa.
yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
gonna start
yeah,
about
yeah.
these '90s track teams, because it gets bad once you start
Yeah,
talking about
B.J.
that.
Ward.
Then
Yep.
and then we
Ricky
start. I
Madison.
guess I don't want to say we fell off in the next decades, but all I know is the '90s was the best decade of Kimball High School. That's where I'm gonna lead it.
Man, it's
I,
gonna be
you know, I,
fun. I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
And if any other high school won't even put their name in that, I got receipts. Cause yeah, I don't think we want to start. Let's just do Kimball first, and then after we whoop up on different decades, we'll come back and whoop Carter like we used to, and then we'll whoop soccer like we always did, and then I'm talking who had, I don't even, was it any other teams?
Boy, it's finna get fun.
Did we play? Did we play any other teams?
These are facts. He's telling the truth.
Um,
Wow.
Oh, Skyline. I forgot all about Skyline. I remember they had one dude. What his name? Um, yeah, I don't even remember his
See?
name. Yeah, Skyline, Spruce, Samuel. We can get to the point where it just be a whole kickball doggone season.
Boy,
Let's
kickball.
have fun. Let's get in shape. Let's get healthy. That's what I want to do. I want to get us back healthy. I'm talking about we're a generation of doers. We're not these new generations where they want everybody handed out. So I want these boys to see us 50 years old better than these 20-year-olds because they can't pull their pants up and can't breathe. So
Man,
let's do that.
I tell you what, it's like it's gonna be a kickball game. How about that? We're gonna make that happen. That's coming down the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. To be announced. You will hear it first here on the On Your Mark podcast show. It's going down. It's gonna be fun. Y'all grab your
And
Bengay
you know
and
what? We could. I don't want to keep throwing stuff into existence because that is on a Saturday. So if we do raffle, if we do the scratch off on a Friday, and we do the kickball on a Saturday, wouldn't it be great to have a Hall of Fame on a Sunday? The
whoa.
first annual Kimball Hall of Fame. I don't know. We probably need to talk to some coaches about that.
The
I don't
first
even know.
annual.
I don't want to start. I don't want to ruffle no feathers.
The first
I don't
annual.
want to ruffle no feathers.
I'm feeling that.
I don't want to ruffle feathers because
Well, you know the
people
best
gonna
way
get
to
in their
start
feelings.
something. The best way to start something is to start it. How about that?
Hey, you know what?
That's the best way to
I don't want
start
to
it.
ruffle feathers, but I feel like a chicken hawk right now.
Oh,
I feel like a chicken hawk.
I'm feeling what. Hey, let's do it.
I'm telling you, let's get with our Kimball head coach. Let's get with our old coaches. I'm telling you, we got a couple still here.
Say, man.
I'm telling you, we got Coach Nelson, we got Coach Lloyd. We even got Bubba Johnson somewhere. We gotta go find him. You know, tell everybody. I don't have to brag about our team. We still got people talking about our teams.
Say, man, I'm with that. I'm just glad that you got that energy. Let's do it. See, some things just let's do it. And some people need something to do, man. They've been waiting. Some people are not starters.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? They're not starters. Let's just do it. And y'all know I'm good at jump starting stuff, but let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Well, Coach, I'm sorry to end my part, but
I know
gotta
you're
get
at work.
into a Zoom call. We got a meeting tonight, and
Yeah.
hey,
Kiko,
flowers again. I love you. I
love
love
you back.
everything that you've done for us, for Kimball in general. I love that you have this podcast so that we can reach out to other people and get them into a better light and understand there's something better than being negative. I'm thankful for you, everything you've done from football to track. I'm telling you, you have been a important part in everything Kimball has done. So thank you very much.
Man, thank you, man. Thank y'all for embracing me, man. Thank you so much. Hey, love you, man.
All right, love you, Coach. And I
Thank
gotta
you.
get out of here.
Hey, y'all, that's Kevin Carter. Man, listen, Kimball alumni. Thank you, man. Be blessed. And, man, I guess it's right time to do my response. It's 9 o'clock. Right on point. It's sponsors time. Sammy Jr. over Robert's Ready to Wear. And is it today? I think today is Sammy's birthday. Happy birthday, Sammy Jr. over Robert's Ready to Wear. If it's not, it was yesterday. Well, happy belated birthday, but I think it's today. Sammy Jr., happy birthday. Y'all tell Sammy Jr. happy birthday, y'all. But hey, if you need a suit for that special man in your life, that son of yours, that uncle, that brother, that nephew, or they're just that friend, go see Simon Jr. over Robert's Ready to Wear. Say Coach Fly sent you. 1706 MLK Boulevard, Dallas, Texas. Phone number 214-421-0624. Again, that number is 421-0624. That's area code 214. And say, Simon, Coach Fly sent me, and he's going to hook you up, man. And see, by that time you go over there this weekend, you can say happy belated birthday, and he'd probably throw in something special for you. And then go on down the street to Freedom Fashion and meet Freedom himself, or his wife, Miss Helen, at 2716 MLK Boulevard, Dallas, Texas. Phone number 214-421-3017. Again, 214-421-3017. Now listen, you go see Freedom, and you say, Coach Fly, that man gonna get very, very excited, and so is his wife. And you say, Coach Fly sent you. You might think you're just coming in to buy one item, or you may not think you can buy one item. He gonna make sure you buy 2 or 3 items, and you're gonna be happy about what you spend, because he's gonna bless you. Trust me, he's gonna bless you. But you gotta say, Coach Fly sent you. And then my guy Charles Archer over at Our Insurance Services. That's 510 Turtle Cove Drive, Rockwall, Texas. That's Suite 200. And phone number there is 972-686-6868. Again, that's 972-686-6868. Now listen, if you need car insurance, garage insurance, fence insurance, boat insurance, pull up your pants insurance, pull your dress down insurance, or you want to just bundle your insurance, go see Charles Archer and let him work this out for you, and you're going to be very, very pleased. I said before, I know they say AARP, and it's not to knock AARP. It's supposed to be the best going now for the elderly or older age group. And I took my mom to Charles Archer, and they beat AARP by 79, 76, whatever. It was in the $70. That's all I'm saying. He made sure, and that was full coverage on our car insurance. Say Charles Archer, Coach Fly sent me, and watch what happens. Then Dr. Brad Salter, Lakeside Dental Solution, 6705 Heritage Parkway, Rowlett, Texas. Phone number 972-412-0014. Again, 972-412-0014. Now listen, I tell you all the time, and if you're not taking me up on it, that's your fault. You say you don't have the insurance, you don't have dental insurance. Call my guy, Dr. Brad Salter, and say, Coach Flies told me, man, no matter what the situation, to give you a call, and that you will work some things out for me, and he will work it out. He's going to get your mouth back in shape where you want to smile. Well, you probably won't even keep your mouth closed because you want to show the pearly whites. He's going to fix your mouth. I'm telling you, you won't no longer have a parking lot in your mouth where they can park cars and play football or kickball. I'm just saying, he was going to make it work for you. It doesn't have to look like a demolition field in your mouth. He's going to make it work. Go see my guy, Dr. Brad Salter. And then John Beckwith Jr., yes, that's JB, my buddy, over at Golden Gate Funeral Home, 4155 South R.L. Thornton Freeway, Dallas, Texas. Phone number 214-941-7332. Again, it's 214-941-7332. Now listen, I know you may not want to speak on death, and I understand that, but it's going to happen, and no one is going to leave here alive. So if your policies are not what you think they should be, or even if you don't have insurance policies, give my guy a chance to help you with your situation. I know a lot of people are using the GoFundMe, and a lot of people are taking advantage of the GoFundMe and not taking care of the loved ones. Go talk to Dr. Brad Salters and watch what he'll do for you. He gonna get your mouth straight, so when JB get to you, you'll be able to smile in your casket. Your loved one, should I say. Because Dr. Salter's going to make sure the teeth is right. Yes, the teeth are right as they lay there in that casket. So your loved one will be represented very well. Well, you'll be happy. And JB will make sure that those teeth are showing. He said, why would he be smiling in his casket? Because you want him smiling, or him or her smiling, versus looking sad. And then my guy, Pastor Darrell Turner, with the pre-needs burial services. You want to start, ladies and gentlemen, look into pre-needs so you can know what I'm talking about. Stop using your life insurance policies to pay for your burial services. Get your pre-need. and allow the pre-need to take care of your burial services, and you can take your life insurance policies and let it become generational wealth money. Stop putting your life insurance money in the ground. Let that money be life money. It's life insurance, not death insurance. You can get in touch with Dr. Pastor Darrell Turner at 940-224-0051. Again, that's 940-224-0051. Or you can reach me at 214-789-0065. Again, that's 214-789-0065. And we can help you with your pre-needs. But those have been my sponsors. And we're back to the show. Now I want to touch on something, ladies. I guess I'm going to really be talking to you ladies about this. But no, fellas, you're more than welcome to answer it too. And I want to touch bases on a situation with someone. And he's a good man that has a situation. And I want your take on it. And I'm actually wanting the lady's opinion. So allow me to share this. Father's Day just passed. Okay, Father's Day. And we all understand Father's Day. So some kids are there, and that man is their father. We understand that. So here's a man that, on the phone number here, 469-708-8609. You see the number strolling, 469-708-8609. And I want your honest opinion. But I want you to think about it before you comment. I just want you to think about what I'm about to say. So here's a man that has been there for, he's not the kid's father. Okay? There are 3 kids. No, he's not their biological father. But he's been in their life since they were very, very small kids. And now 2 are teenagers, and 1 is close to being a teenager. So he was in their life when the oldest was 6 years of age. Okay, so he's been there buying school supplies, birthdays, school events, definitely paying bills, groceries, doing the things that have to be taken care of. When the kids want to go places, making sure they have funds in their pocket. Okay, a good man, a provider. Then Father's Day came. And the young ladies wanted to tell him Happy Father's Day. Oh, let me back up before I go there. Well, okay. But when they have family function events at in their family, like get-togethers or whatever, he's not invited to go because they're not married, and he's not considered family. But he's able to provide and do all the stuff that he does. But when they go to, be it like the 4th of July, they have Christmas parties with their family, he's not invited to go because he's not family. Then the young ladies wanted to tell him Happy Father's Day, and he was told, but they don't have to say that to him, because he's not their father. Well, he knew that when he came into the picture. She knew that when he came into the picture. But he's doing all the things that a father should do, and more, if they know that. But it's just like being in a store, anywhere else, and I see a guy, you see a guy, and you just say, man, Happy Father's Day to you. And he say, man, thank you, Happy Father's Day to you. That guy's not my father, but I still say Happy Father's Day to him. So, ladies, I'm asking you, why is it necessary to say to him, they don't have to say Happy Father's Day because he's not their father, when they came to him with that? I just want to hear some of your comments, because sometimes a lady could turn a good man into a bad man. It's already, like I said, he's not invited to go to their family get-togethers. I don't get that. Then if them girls thought enough for him to say Happy Father's Day, I thought that's special, man. That's beautiful. But then you share with them, I don't want to say he's not your father. Was that necessary? But like I say, when it's school time, school club, all the stuff that he does, that a man does for someone he cares about, he's able to do that. Comments, call in 469-708-8609. I give him my spiel on it. I want to hear yours. And she said he should understand that, because he's not there for. He knew that before. Wow. What is that, y'all? 469-708-8609. And I'm just talking about one individual, one lady. I'm talking about one guy, but that's not. What is that? What is that? And he's reaching out because he's just getting. He's not getting. He's gotten. He's tired. The young ladies are getting older, because they are. And for some reason, he's feeling like he's going to be left out. But like I say, he's been putting up with not going to the family functions. Oh, but they go to his side of the family functions, though. How about that? He's just not invited to their side because they're not family. I see my brother out and checked in, Robert, and my sister, Norma. I'm just asking your opinion. I'm seeking information to feed to him without being just negative, Because do I say, well, man, just continue doing what you're doing, because you've been a blessing to the family and for sure to the kids. Because he is. They're not needing. I mean, he's there. He's providing. See, sometimes y'all can push a man, good man, away. And then one that doesn't care come in and dog you out. You fight for him. So y'all don't want to touch that, huh? But that was the question. I told him I was going to ask it tonight. I just did. 469-708-8609. I was talking to another partner. He said, man, he ought to just stop doing it. I don't think that's the answer, to stop doing it, because then you're taking that on the kids because of what the mom is saying. That's not what the kids are saying. But then he said, kind of the younger girl is sort of, and I'm using the word sort of, except for the word being rebellious because she's listening to the mom. But I just tell man, keep. See, one thing about right is no wrong in it. Just keep being right, man. Trust me, she'll miss you when you're gone. He's worried about when they, and he has a right to worry. When they get of age and they be gone, then what? I think it's the issue when you can't never go to, and we're talking about some years together, and you're not invited to any of the functions, the parties, the get-together, the dinners. I even asked, do they come over to that? I said, yeah, they come. I mean, yeah, they come over there. He said, but it's normally like, he said it's different. That's all he said, it's different. I don't know. Something's wrong. It's definitely wrong with her. She's really a fool, other than being stupid. I see what you're saying, right? Yeah, I mean, just, she got a good guy. Real good guy. He's a provider. He didn't leave him stuck out. And honestly, he treats them like those are his daughters, man. But don't no man want to feel like that. Wow. And they just want, and she told the girls they don't have to tell him Happy Father's Day. That's wow. And I'm gonna say it again. It's like me seeing a guy and say, man, Happy Father's Day, whether I know him or not. Come on, it's common courtesy. I bet he got her something for Mother's Day because I know he did. And she's not his mother. How about that? Now, what if he didn't get her something for Mother's Day? You know, all hell gonna break out. Especially if he said, well, you're not my mother. But all hell would break out. Wow. Now, what I didn't tell you, what I'm about to tell you, I told you about what he said about the girl. I asked you, what did she get you? He said, absolutely nothing. Because guess what? I'm not her father. That's right, Justin. That was wrong for her to say that, man. Again, that's how sometimes a good man get turned, he go bad, man. I'm not, that sometimes that mental, that, yeah. My other partner say you should move on. But I guess sometimes you can be in a situation so long you feel like you cannot go somewhere, but that's, I don't know. she might be the type to leave him when them girls get gone. And he gonna really be hurt. Some stepfathers are better than biological father. That sure is right. Yeah, but to say, first, like I said, I see two things. He's never invited to family deals when they doing and the kids can't tell him, and they want to tell him. So, cause I even asked, well, what happened? She heard the girls saying they wanted to tell him Happy Father's Day, but he heard her telling them he's not your father. I guess I should not that I should have, but I could have. Well, where is their father? But no, I didn't touch that one at all. You know, sometimes situations, man. Wow. Well, if y'all decide to touch it, let me know. I asked. I see the comments that I did get. But I wish somebody call in and discuss it. 469-708-8609. 469-708-8609. And then what's the part about you can't go over to your family's house when they're having a good get together? What about that? Is she hiding? Well, I don't know. It's just a question, y'all. And you'll be just giving just a comment. That's why I was saying it was directed to the ladies. Because the average man not gonna have a positive answer for you. You know what that'll be. What that answer gonna be. I know what mine could be. But yep. But also, well, if y'all decide to touch it, speak on it. But I wanted to ask the question. I told me I wanted to wait till late in the show to ask that. And I just think when it's, because it's hard it's hurting. Yes. He's been out there time. He's seen our kids grow up. And then last week we had the young lady, Linda Little from Detroit, Michigan. Some real good information, man. I thought that was real good information that we're gonna look into and somewhere along the line partner up with her on some things, because we even talked after the show and the next day on some things that just needs to be addressed. And especially with the child abuse. And it was just interesting to hear some of the behaviors of things that she said that they deal with in dealing with the kids that have been abused. And the signs, like I said, a lot of them not speaking out on it, but then the signs, and especially young kids, like you say, maybe wetting in the bed, and there's so many different signs she shared, like that it makes you become like, what's going on with you? And then a lot of them scared to tell because they're scared somebody's not going to believe them. And then when it's a family member, they really get scared to speak out on it. because then they really, what were you doing to make him or her? Wow. So then they shut down. Because now they're saying, you think I did something? And that's why a lot of times they don't speak out on it. So I was embracing what she was saying, because you have to listen to them. And they would tell you, even if it's indirectly, that there is something going on wrong. You just have to be attentive. And especially if you already know their mannerisms and their behavior, you'll be able to tell the difference when you start seeing different behaviors. But I think, and then that becomes a mental scar. So just things that I think that would be real good. And we know it's happening. My boy Kristen checked in, Robin checked in, that we have to just be attentive of, man. Just be aware. And there's so many kids that are scared to speak out on it, because also, this was real deep. Even though kids, they may want to speak out, but then they know CPS may come in and take them out of their home. Yes, they want the abuse to stop, but they don't want to be taken out the home from their other siblings. Or they don't want to be broken up, because they say they may come in and remove all the siblings, and they go to different locations, or they all may end up in a shelter. And that's facts. So a lot of times they just stay quiet. Because I know I dealt with the Pride of Tomorrow's Battle Women's Shelter for over 19 years. And again, I spoke on it before. I would always, for 5 straight years, it took 5 straight years before they allowed me to go into the physical shelter. I was always able to go to the transitional shelters. And then I was able to, I transitioned to the physical shelters. And that was something. The transitional shelters, that's them getting themselves together and getting ready to get back into society, because they would give them a year in the transitional shelter. They would give them a year to get themselves together, and so they live in apartments, and you'd be surprised where they are too. And they having money saved, because when they leave out the transitional shelter, they was all, at least the ones I was dealing with, they would all leave with $4,000 when they would leave, and they would have housing for them to go to, and they would have jobs. They would secure the job, and that was good, because I would get barbers and beauticians to do, get their hair together. So it was all good. Even my guy Don Diego for Valentine's, and he would come play for him at the different locations. We did a deal called Breakfast with Frosty and Coach Fly and Friends for Christmas. The Renaissance Hotel on Gallatin in Richardson was always generous for maybe 6, 7 straight years. giving me the ballroom. Man, generous. And for Valentine's, giving me the ballroom. And I'm talking about with the meals and feed the ladies. And it was beautiful, man. And the kids would be able to come too. But the breakfast with Frosty and Coach Flyer's friend was strictly for the kids. Oh, Robin, praying for you okay? Recovering from surgery. I hope all went well, Robin. Praying for proper and speedy recovery for you. Get some rest. Let's talk. So, and when I tell you, boy, I miss Toys R Us because my boy Spud, my boy Dave Dance Flow, we go to Toys R Us. You're more than welcome, Robin. We go to Toys R Us. If we spent $1,000, they give us $2,000 worth of toys, and then they will work. If something costs, just say $8 or $9, they mark it down to $59. If it was $59, they mark it down to $29. If it was $29, they mark it down to $8.99. It was just beautiful, and the people love seeing us come because we clean out the whole overstock. I know when they did the inventory, it was probably nothing. So we would clean out the inventory. I mean, everything in the inventory. We had to go get a U-Haul each time. So therefore, I see the checked in. So we were able to have toys on top of toys on top of toys. And then what I started doing is going around to the different recreation centers. So I know I did X-Line, I did Beckley Center, I did so many, man. One over there, Bonnie View. I did the one over there for behind what's that? Off of Harry Hines. The rec center over there. In Inwood, I did that rec center. I did a rec center off of Lemon Avenue, where I would just go around to the different rec centers where I knew there was kids, and I would do the events. So that was big. But like I said, the grand finale would be at the Renaissance Hotel. I may need to start that again. But I tell you, and then when they had that play at the Majestic Theater downtown on Am, to 15 ladies down to the play All Me and Ken Be Dogs. They had a good time. Yes, they did. But you'd be surprised, man, what the shelters are. So I know that's what Linda, they are working, they are doing it, the program they have up in Detroit, Michigan. And she just texted me too. They are. So I'm looking forward to learning more about what they're doing and how we're going to connect. How we're going to make it work. But that kind of abuse is going on everywhere. But we got to stop it, though. Still want to join. Yeah, you can. You can. I'm talking about you now. Call in. Angel, do you still have Linda Little's
Email?
email?
Probably not. Let me just check.
She just texted me.
Was that Linda at NSO-MI?
Mm-hmm.
Got it then.
Send it to. I mean, send it so she can, these last minutes. She just texted me. Ladies and gentlemen, talking. And I must have talked her up. She just texted me. See, we find out what's going on up in Detroit right now.
All right, just send it over.
Okay. Hello. Hey, he just texted you the deal, so chime in.
Okay, I'll be, let me walk down to my computer.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, she should be chiming in any moment. And then we'll find out what's happening in Detroit, Michigan. But ladies and gentlemen, be very attentive to what's going on. In the summertime, too, the idle time, man, could be crazy. But I see y'all left that alone about my boy. He's a good man. But he's not invited to, and it took him a while before he shared it. I said, man, as long as you been with that, he said he was embarrassed to say anything about it. He just been dealing with it. And that's part of the problem, because he should have said something a long time ago. But he didn't let it go so long. It's yeah. Yeah. He should have said something some years back. And he probably was sitting at home waiting for them to come back. I've been gone myself. What? Yes, sir. When I say gone, I mean like, I have to be gone. I'm not gonna be sitting at the house waiting till they come back.
Been on them streets.
You know? Yeah. Yes, sir. He should have called. Well, I know y'all. I know my partner know. Yeah, he should have called me. Yeah. See you when we see you. Good guy too, man. But how sorry is that? They just want to tell him Happy Father's Day, and she say to them that they don't have to tell him Happy Father's Day because he's not your father. That's sorry. That's. What type of conscience is that? All right, Miss Linda, where you at? Where are you? And women say they want a good man. Somebody else will scoop him up. Yep. You already sent an angel?
Yeah, send it over.
Yeah. But, and he's a good looking cat too, y'all. So I don't think, yeah. Mm-hmm. Disrespectful, yeah. Absolutely, Justin. She might have been scared one of her relatives, cousin, sister, I don't know. Somebody else was gonna scoop him up. She's trying to keep him in hiding. Yeah. Think that's what it was. She scared somebody else was gonna scoop him up. Well, she's on. All you had to do go to Club Walmart. Club Walmart.
What's up, Russell?
Hello.
How's it going on your Mark team?
Oh,
Are
we
you
good.
are you solo today?
What's that?
Are you solo today?
Oh, yeah. It's just me and my people's on the radio. Me and my people chimed in. How you doing? I don't see you.
She's on. Let me just
See you.
Huh?
she's on.
I can see you.
Okay.
I just gotta adjust the screen. She'll be on in a second.
I got you.
I don't know why you can't see me out here.
He said he got to adjust the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am glad that I was able to join tonight and say hello to you and your listeners today because
Well,
it's a beautiful day. It's a glorious Tuesday.
well, we were just speaking on you just a moment ago, and
Oh,
I
I
saw a
hope it was
text.
all
Yeah.
good. Was it all good?
I don't know. Yeah, it was. We were just touching base on about last week, and then we were just saying about the abuse that kids go through, and just being aware and being attentive of them. And if they live with you, you should be able to see the differences when there are differences. Just be
Yeah.
attentive because the reactions everybody is different. And you'll know when it's different if you're attentive. I was speaking. Well, okay, since they, you know what, audience, since y'all didn't want to answer, I got somebody that may answer. Yes. You know what? See how thing work. Then watch. Then everybody gonna have an answer for it. Justin, like you was answering, and now everybody gonna have an answer now. Okay, here's the question. Look, I have a partner, right?
hmm
And he been with a little lady friend for a minute, cause she has 3 daughters, right? And he got with her when the oldest was 6, and now I'm not sure about age now, but it's two of them. Two of them are teenagers now, and one is not a teenager yet. But what happened? The young ladies wanted to tell him Happy Father's Day, and the mom told them they didn't have to tell him that because he's not their father. But he buys their clothes. He provides for them. He always have. Back to school, a field trip. He provides as though he's a man. He's a man first, and then he provides as a father. And then he shared with me that even when she goes to family functions like Christmas parties or when they're playing cards, whatever, he's never invited to go. But he told me he never shared it with me because he said he was embarrassed. But this hurt him. He said because he heard the girls they wanted to come tell him Happy Father's Day, but he heard us say he's not your dad. But he provides for them for everything, school clothes, back to school, everything. So I posed the question to my audience, but thus far only the men are responding. So what do you think about that? Or you don't have no comment?
It sounds like there's more to the story than it appears on the surface.
And that could
It
be.
sounds like there's a reason why she's not willing to accept that place in their daughters' lives, in her daughters' lives. And you
But
never know
and that
what
could
the
be true.
circumstance is.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying something as simple as the guy I was sharing with them. I can see a guy, I don't have to know him. And I see him, I said, man, Happy Father's Day. He said, Happy Father's Day to you. He's not my father. Just like he said, He does for on mother. She's not his mother.
Yeah, I don't, in my personal opinion, there's no reason why, the girls can't wish him a happy Father's
And,
Day.
and I didn't want to go any further than that. That's all I'm saying. Something as simple as
That's a given. That's a given. But it sounds like there's more to the story because for a woman to not acknowledge a man
a man.
that is helping to support her children, but she's not willing to take her around her family, her friends, or even acknowledge him on Father's Day.
He
That
says,
just
she
sounds like there's
says,
more to that.
because he's not family. And it's her family's functions. You get what I'm saying?
But you accept gifts from him. That's interesting.
And mind you, the oldest was 6 when he came into their lives.
Yeah, now they're teenagers.
Yes.
We got to stop playing games with people's feelings and emotions. We need to be more authentic and communicate. Sometimes people just don't know how to communicate because it might be tough or they're afraid of the response, but we've got to learn how to communicate with each other and be clear with our expectations and our boundaries so that people don't, feel like you're misrepresenting the truth to them.
And my statement was, this is a good man that can be turned bad. Because,
Yeah.
like he said, he was just too embarrassed to say about not being invited to the different family functions. And like I said, there's a whole lot of statements that a man can give to another man. I said, even with me. But, like, wow, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. And mom says two sides, and it is two sides to every story. But we don't even have to get to two sides. It's just happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And leave it at that. Thank you.
We say it to everybody. We see a man, we know he has kids. We might not know he has kids. You want to just give him that respect and say happy Father's Day.
Yes.
People we don't even know.
Say, Angel, people say they're trying to call in, but no answer.
Going off?
On your phone, on your line.
Oh yeah, we got okay. Yeah, tell them to call in right now if they want.
Okay.
I never heard it go off though.
But,
Yeah, they can call in. It's up.
but yeah, but I
You know,
just,
I wanna-
but
I
what's
wanna
been going
tell-
on in Detroit?
Well, I was just about to tell you that. I just got home, believe it or not, a few minutes ago from a swim meet for one of my children, and it was a long day. It was 5-6 hours we were there, but it was beautiful to see. And about 64% of Black children have little or no swimming ability. We've got to change that.
And you know what else? And they give big time scholarships that most Black kids don't even accept because of swimming.
Mhm.
I've had some coaches. There we go. I've had some coaches in the past. Hold on a minute. Caller, we got a caller.
Coach Flap, man, we've been trying to call in, man. We couldn't get in.
Well, I don't know what happened.
Voicemail. I don't know. It took us to voicemail. I don't know. I had my girl on the line, Teresa. We
What?
just got through with her.
What?
Yeah, we just had our class, man. We had a conference call. We're gonna come in, the pastor and Rock and everybody.
Well, guess who just chimed in? Linda's on the phone on Skype with us now.
Who?
Linda Little from Detroit.
Right, I'm looking at her.
Are you looking at her?
Man, we just got through with our conference call for our class reunion deal, and we was gonna call in and talk with you guys, but y'all sent us the voicemail.
Man.
Now I'm hacked. I'm hacked.
Say, man. Well, you know what? I don't understand what happened. Linda just chimed in.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well,
That's okay.
Well, you got through.
I don't even know what this guy was talking about.
Well, Linda's just telling us about she'd been to a swim meet all day today,
my goodness, a swim meet, bikinis.
No, her daughter, boy. See what I'm talking about?
Okay. Not the okay. I'm just saying swim.
See, okay,
Could've been
Chicago.
at the beach.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chicago. I'm finna
Yeah,
pause the
good.
question. There's a guy that has raised 3 young ladies that are not his daughters. The 2 young ladies now, 2 of them are teenagers, and one's about to be a teenager. But he came into their
Okay.
lives when the oldest one was 6. So
Right.
So they wanted to tell him Happy Father's Day that just passed. But the mother told them they don't have to tell him that because he's not their father. But he's been taking care of them all this time. What do you think about that?
You don't have to be biological to be a father.
Correct.
That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Now he's been providing. He's been providing for them since the oldest was 6, and that's from everything from a roof over their head to clothes to the whole 9.
There's a difference between a father and a daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
But before you dissect it and break it down, Chicago, Ron Wilson,
Okay.
I want to know what you think about that comment. She said that they don't have to tell him Happy Father's Day. But now, mind you, when it was Mother's Day, he got her something, and she's not his mother.
Sounds like it's
I
more
can't
to
speak-
it, doesn't it, Chicago?
I can't speak on every.
I just want your
everybody
opinion.
have, but in my own personal opinion,
Yeah.
a father is a person that supports you.
You just gonna dodge my question. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. I already know the answer.
That's
That
the
like,
father.
yeah.
I don't think the mother. Your question was, should the mother had not let them say Happy Father's Day? I'm not.
The mother told the girls they don't have to tell him Happy Father's Day because he's not
Well,
their father.
They don't have to.
Yeah, but
no.
what I'm saying
Even
is
our-
nothing
even
wrong
our
with them saying
biological
Happy
kids-
Father's Day. That's
There's
just
nothing wrong with that.
that's
that,
just-
that would have been the best,
that's just proper.
appropriate thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Absolutely. And that's them being thankful. And it's Father's Day. What's your favorite line about the soap on the rope? Yeah.
Hey, we went from soap on the rope to socks.
Yes. So I'm just saying that hurt him though, what I'm getting at. And then he already said then
It
he
would
was
hurt me too.
yes.
Yeah,
And then he
yeah.
said he was embarrassed, but he shared it. He's never invited to family on her side, family functions. What I didn't tell you, Linda, but they go to on his side to family functions.
Oh.
He might not want to go to her side of the family function anyway.
But that's what I forgot to tell you. He takes them, she goes to his side. But what's the deal on that, Chicago? I got a good word for it, but I told him back into the cut. I ain't say back in. I said back in the cut. He could have hung with me. He wouldn't have missed her. Yeah.
So you want me to clean this up, right?
Nah, I
You
just
want me
asked
to
your
clean it
opinion.
up?
How you gonna clean it up?
Because
I already know how you gonna clean it up. But go ahead. How you gonna clean it up? How Chicago today gonna clean it up?
okay, here's the deal. Like I said before, you do not have to be a biological anything, be it the father or the child, to be a father or a child, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you can be a daddy. They don't say Happy Daddy's Day.
Oh, you see what Chris
Father's
said?
Day.
You see what Chris said?
What?
She has more. It's somebody else in the picture.
Well, did Daddy bring home the bacon?
I'm just Chris. See, that's why I said I
Daddy,
want the women because you let the men
so
get to
your
talking, you know what's gonna
first
happen. Cause
Was
see,
Daddy there for your first
see,
step?
see there. But Chris, I'm
Father
with you,
was.
Chris. Cause see,
Father.
I've been introducing to about 3 different women back in the cut.
A father is a parent. Okay.
Boy, this New Chicago is show. Boy, come on, New Chicago.
I'm just saying.
I
A
know.
father is a
You hear what I
parent.
say, New Chicago?
I want to
So
hear what
Daddy
old
may not be
Chicago
a
would
parent.
say.
What'd you say, Linda?
I want to hear what old Chicago would say.
Oh, we.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I want to hear old Chicago.
No, you don't.
Hey,
He
old
w- hey,
Chicago is gone now.
he
Old
w- hey.
Chicago was dumb and didn't know.
Wait a minute, but that old boy wouldn't have that problem.
No, see, this is a new and improved Chicago. I didn't know back then,
Wow.
but I learned. Yeah, I learned the
Yeah.
difference.
Ooh wee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
a woman trying a good man bad.
Yeah. See,
And
I'm
the
a
ki-
good
and the
man
kids
now.
suffer.
Back then, I wasn't as good as I am now. Back then, I wouldn't marry me, but I would marry me now.
Woo!
Well, you know what? I think if it hurt his heart, it sounds like there's a misunderstanding somewhere. Sound like somebody needs to communicate.
Man, that's what
It's not fair. It's not fair to take advantage of somebody.
that's what okay. And that's what it sounds like to me, taking advantage. But and now the girls are I just thought that was a good gesture. And there's nothing wrong with saying Happy Father's Day.
How the girls feel about it?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I just when he reached out.
Well, where we get? Okay, what girls we talking about? Is it triplets?
No, just
3 girls.
yeah. And he came in and he saved the family. I'm gonna just use those words. He saved the family.
Oh man,
Yeah,
no question.
He saved the family.
Hey, he'll be Pawpaw, he'll be Daddy, he'll be Father, he'll be everything else. He saved the family.
Yeah, and the thing about it, like he said, his mom and them accept them kids like they her grandkids. That's how they treat it.
Man.
Oh, man.
So what's the problem? The mom is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, the mom got feelings.
It sounds like somebody's not communicating. That there's a mismatch of expectations.
They communicating. They just not communicating to the father, the real father.
I don't know the real father in the picture. Oh man,
No,
I don't know.
the daddy is not in the picture. The real father is.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying too, Chicago. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So mama kind of
She's selfish.
saying a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
but when you
Chicago?
set boundaries. You don't
What?
let people treat you like that. You know?
And see, he didn't, and he has let it go on too long. Too long. You know what I'm saying? It's gone too long now for me.
Probably attached to the girls. He's probably,
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so the father, he didn't want to step on any toes, right?
I don't know. They had shoes on.
Man, the old Chicago, I took a sledgehammer, tear them toes up.
Oh man, Chicago. He would have been turning.
I stepped on
Chicago,
toes.
Chicago. He been turning
What?
corners. I already know what. Man. Listen, we not. Let's give Linda. We got these last
I
few
don't
minutes.
know
Let's find out what's going on in.
I missed something.
Yeah, cause you know what? Cause we'll fool around and be up at the Cliff Club. Go ahead, Linda.
Oh, I'm on my way. I just crunked the car.
Linda, you'll hear about the Cliff Club later. Linda, what's going on in Detroit, Michigan?
Come to Dallas, you gotta show me the Cliff Club.
Oh, see that?
Oh, they got a Cliff Club in Detroit. Trust me.
A
What?
Cliff Club?
Hey,
Oh yeah, y'all just don't
Hey.
call it the Cliff Club, but you have one. You got a hole in the wall in Detroit.
Lord have mercy.
yeah, and you know they do.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure.
do. I've been there. No, I ain't calling no names, no pubs.
You going to pub?
No.
So, Leonard, right quick, we about to go out. What do you want to know about what you shared about what we need to know about?
Well, I wanted to just share with your listeners again that, I was on iHeartRadio this week. And, hopefully I can give you a date when it's going to air so that listeners can hear me talk about this Don't Touch Me movement
Don't
to
touch me.
protect our children from child abuse. Every 9 seconds, a child is sexually abused. Every 9 seconds. I'm sorry, every 9 minutes in our country, a child is sexually abused. Every 13 seconds, child abuse is reported. Every 13 seconds.
Every
And
13 seconds.
76% of abusers are family members, people that the child knows and sees on a regular basis, and only 20% of the time do they ever get convicted or see a courtroom. So we got a lot of work to do to protect our children. And child abuse is 100% preventable. The
You say it's
Dr.
100%
Robert Block,
preventable?
preventable.
Mm.
Yes, it is preventable. Abuse is learned behavior. We're not born that way. It is a learned behavior. Dr. Robert Block, who was the former chair of the American Academy of Pediatrics, said that childhood trauma or child abuse is the number one unaddressed public health crisis in America.
Unaddressed.
In America. Because what happens when those children with that trauma grow up, they become adults who have mental illness, substance use disorders, chronic diseases. All of that trauma is locked into their system. And, it causes our genes to morph. It's called epigenetics. So that trauma leaves markers on their genes that causes sickness and disease, autoimmune disorders, all of these kinds of things that could be prevented. So we need to help keep our children safe. The children are our future. These are our future. So we want them to be healthy. We want them to be whole. So I need everybody to come together and join us for this Don't Touch Me movement. And they can sign up to be a part of the movement. There's resources, educational resources for parents, for professionals. There's all kinds of tools that they can post on social media to share with their networks. I am inviting the entire community to get involved and help us with this campaign. The more people that sign up, the more that our legislators will hear that this is an issue that people want to change.
So you're saying the people even here in Dallas, Texas can sign up for what's going on in
That's right.
Detroit?
No matter where you are across the globe, you can sign up. You can go to don'ttouchme.wiki. Don'ttouchme.wiki. It's a wiki site, like wiki, 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 wiki. Remember that song?
Right. But now, okay. Is that, okay, you said, is that part of the deal when you said for the 70s thing coming up? Chicago said I was lying about.
No,
He said,
that's for our organization.
oh, that's something different. When I told you, she said, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between assault and abuse? Because one of them have a statute of limitation and one doesn't.
Well, when you're talking about children,
Right.
any inappropriate touching or harm to a child is abuse.
Any
inappropriate sexual touching or physical harm, and even emotional harm. But emotional abuse is more difficult to prove. But that is considered abuse.
Okay, so it's not a statute of limitation on any of them, right?
No.
Good. Okay.
No, that's a great question. No, it is not. And
Okay.
and children, there are people who are mandatory reporters. If they tell a
Right.
teacher at school, a medical professional, psychologists, those folks are mandatory reporters. Are coaches mandatory reporters?
Yes, they should be. If
I
they're
have
not,
never
they
seen
should
them
be.
mentioned in a statute. That they should be, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Anybody that deal with children should have to report it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
can
I
you
think.
believe that there are people who are handling these cases if child abuse is reported and they've never had training on children's response to abuse,
Wow.
what it looks
That was
like
my
for
next
them?
question. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
training.
There's no, it's from state to state, but most states do not require training for the investigators, for law enforcement, judges, all these folks that are making decisions about children's lives. That's why there's only 20% of the abusers who make it to the courthouse.
So I see moving forward, we need to have a show on this to get it
Yeah,
out.
and
To get
bring
it out, I'm saying
experts.
to get it out
Mm-hmm.
because that's interesting.
We need to get with our representatives. Every state, every county, and get with them and make it mandatory for the training.
That's what I'm doing in the state of Michigan.
There you go.
And my goal is to take it across the country. Once we do it here, we can take
Right.
those best practices across the country
Exactly.
because we've got to
Exactly.
change this.
But okay, but when you say across the country, and I understand right now it's verbal, but don't you think it would be better to be in person, to go to place to place to place to place, versus just verbal?
You definitely need a grassroots effort in each locale because each culture of that state is different. Every
Okay.
state operates differently. So
Right.
I won't know the nuances of Texas, politics. Every state has their own culture of politics. That's why you have to work with local people.
But see, that's what the
grassroots.
problem is to me. Every state has a different. It ought to be just one accord of abuse.
Right.
It's just like, what's the same of all the different nationalities and the different languages that could be spoken. You know what's the same?
What's that?
Pain.
Mm-hmm.
It don't change. Pain is the same. It hurt. So what I'm saying about that, you got to quit being differences and let it be. This is what it is.
It is what it is.
Well,
That's right.
Just like no means no, child
That's right.
abuse in any form should not be tolerated.
Okay. So
Period.
again, same thing. It should just be
Zero
no.
tolerance. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Versus-
zero tolerance.
Yeah.
And then, I like the conversation we had at the last show, just to remind your listeners, when the men, because I was, when Chicago, you, Russell, the pastor, we were all talking about the role of men. And if
Right.
you're holding others accountable, men and women, men have the power just to bring a different level of accountability and presence. The mere fact that a person knows that it won't be tolerated, that somebody is looking out
Right.
for children that are at least around you, then you
Right.
can change, you can shift that dynamic alone.
That's facts.
That is fact.
It's not going to even be challenged.
That's right. That's right. So
You know-
educating our community, that's why we have so many resources on our website. We do social media posts. I have a podcast that I push out. We try to get information out to the public as much as possible to promote awareness so that people can have, with information, you have power. People perish for the lack of knowledge. That's what the Bible says. So we have to give people knowledge and information so that they can make informed decisions. I believe in humanity. I believe that nobody wants a child to be abused. We just need to stand up.
You're gonna have to give me some literature so I can start. I mean, on this end.
Mhm.
On this end. So listen, I'm gonna call you. We're finna chime out.
It's 11:15. Look at that.
And next week, you need to come on earlier. Uh, I know you was busy, but no, listen, I need to get. I'll call you after the show.
Okay, sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been
Chicago, nice to talk to you.
Nice talking to you too. I got one more thing to say before you get off.
write it down. We'll read it later. What is it?
Write it down.
Say it.
Now, we as men have so much power that where we can help this cause, as long as we don't consider ourselves Adam
Adam.
and Eve. Okay.
Why Adam?
Say where he going? Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. See that guy? You know that
That's
situation is undefeated.
That's my final words.
Listen, y'all have a good night. Guys, saying the same. I'll be back with you next week. You've been listening to the On Your Mark Show, podcast show, sports, business, community, entertainment, and just the people's show. I've been your host, Coach Fly. God bless.